Forget what you think you know about George Kambosos Jr. This fight could be the moment that either reignites a legend or ends a career. On March 22, 2025, the Qudos Bank Arena in Sydney, Australia is going to be electric. Why? Because George Kambosos Jr. is coming home. And he's not just fighting for a win, he's fighting for his entire career. Now I know what you're thinking. Kambosos? He's old news, isn't he? Slow down, folks. This story is far from over. And if you're sleeping on this fight, you might just miss one of the best comeback stories in recent boxing history. Or a career-ending upset. That's the beauty of this sport, isn't it? You never really know. Let's set the stage, shall we? Cast your mind back to November 2021. George Kambosos Jr., the underdog from down under, shocked the world by defeating Teofimo Lopez to become the unified lightweight champion. Man, it was the stuff of legends. A split decision victory that had everyone talking. Kambosos was on top of the world, and it seemed like the sky was the limit. But how quickly things can change in the brutal world of boxing. Fast forward to June 2022, and Kambosos found himself face-to-face with the slick, technically brilliant Devin Haney in a fight that was supposed to crown an undisputed champion. Kambosos instead found himself thoroughly outboxed. The rematch 4 months later, same story, different day. Just like that, the belts were gone, and the doubters came out in full force. Since then, it's been a struggle for the Aussie Warrior. A split decision over Maxie Hughes in July 2023 did little to silence the critics. Many started to wonder, was Kambosos a one-hit wonder? Had the Lopez fight been a fluke? But here's the thing about George Kambosos Jr. He's not the type to go quietly into the night. No, sir. When the going gets tough, this guy gets tougher. And that brings us to the present day and this upcoming fight against Daud Yordan. So what does a fighter do when he's hit a wall in his current weight class? He moves up, of course. Kambosos is making the jump to super lightweight, 140 pounds. And let me tell you, it's a whole new ballgame up there. This isn't just about adding a few pounds. It's about reinvention. It's about Kambosos saying, hey, I've still got more to give. At lightweight, he was always a bit on the smaller side. Now at super lightweight, he's hoping to regain some of that power advantage he had in his earlier career. But here's the million-dollar question. Will that extra weight slow him down? Kambosos' game has always been built on speed and volume. If he loses even a fraction of that quickness, it could spell trouble. On the flip side, if he can maintain that speed and add some extra pop to his punches, oh man, the super lightweight division better watch out. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the kangaroo in the arena. This fight isn't just happening in any old venue. It's happening in Sydney, Australia, Kambosos' backyard. And get this, it's his first fight on home soil in 8 years. 8 years, folks. That's 2 Olympic cycles. That's longer than some professional careers. The last time Kambosos fought in Australia, Uptown Funk was topping the charts. And we were all still recovering from the end of Breaking Bad. Can you imagine the emotion? The pressure? The electricity in that arena is going to be off the charts. Every punch Kambosos throws is going to be accompanied by a roar from the crowd. Every shot he takes will be met with a collective gasp. But here's the thing about fighting at home. It's a double-edged sword. Sure, the support can lift you to new heights. But the pressure? It can crush you if you're not careful. And Kambosos needs to harness that energy, not let it overwhelm him. Now, we can't talk about this fight without giving some serious respect to the man standing across the ring. Daud Yordan isn't here to play second fiddle to anyone's comeback story. This Indonesian vet has been in the game for over 15 years. He's fought in multiple weight classes, challenged for world titles, and gone toe-to-toe with some serious talent. We're talking guys like Anthony Crolla, Ricky Burns, and Emmanuel Tago. Yordan's record might not be spotless, but it's battle-tested. And let's be real, Yordan is no pushover. With 43 wins and 31 knockouts to his name, he's got the kind of power that demands respect. He's also got a chin made of granite. In 47 professional fights, he's never been stopped. Let that sink in for a moment. Yordan is coming into this fight with absolutely nothing to lose. He's the B-side, sure. He's fighting in Kambosos' backyard. That just means all the pressure's on the Aussie. Yordan can swing for the fences, take risks, and potentially catch Kambosos off guard. If Kambosos comes into this fight with even a hint of overconfidence, he's in for a rude awakening. Yordan has made a career out of spoiling other fighters' big nights. He's not about to roll over for anyone, least of all a fighter trying to reinvent himself in a new weight class. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do these two stack up in terms of style? Kambosos, even with the move up in weight, is likely to rely on his speed and volume. He's got quick hands and feet. And when he's on his game, he can overwhelm opponents with combinations. His best weapon? That overhand right. It's a thing of beauty when it lands flush. Yordan, on the other hand, is more of a pressure fighter. He likes to come forward, cut off the ring and work the body. He's not the fastest, but he's relentless. And as we mentioned earlier, the power is real. Yordan's left hook to the body is particularly nasty. The key for Kambosos will be to use his footwork to stay off the ropes and out of the corners. He needs to make Yordan miss and make him pay. If he can establish his jab early and use it to set up the big right hand, he could find success. For Yordan, it's all about closing the distance. He needs to turn this fight into a phone booth fight. If he can get inside and start working Kambosos' body, he could slow the Aussie down and potentially set up a late stoppage. Let's be clear about something. This isn't just another fight for either man. The stakes here are enormous, especially for Kambosos. For the Aussie, this is about proving he's still a world-class fighter. It's about showing that the Lopez win wasn't a fluke, that he belongs among boxing's elite. A win here, especially an impressive one, could put him right back in the mix for a world title shot at 140 pounds. But a loss? Oh, that would be catastrophic. If Kambosos can get past Yordan, it's hard to see how he factors into the world title picture anytime soon. At 31 years old, by the time of the fight, he's not exactly over the hill, but he's at a crucial juncture. This fight could well determine whether the next few years sees him challenging for world honors or sliding into gatekeeper status. For Yordan, the stakes are different, but no less significant. At 36, he's in the twilight of his career. A win over Kambosos would be the biggest of his career, potentially setting him up for one last run at world title. It would be a fairy tale ending to a career that's seen more than its share of ups and downs. All right, time to stick my neck out and make a prediction. But first, let's be clear. In boxing, anything can happen. One punch can change everything. And that's doubly true when you've got power punchers like Kambosos and Yordan in the ring. That being said, I'm leaning towards Kambosos in this one. And here's why. The home advantage is real. Fighting in front of his countrymen for the first time in 8 years, Kambosos is going to be fired up. The move to super lightweight could rejuvenate him. If he can maintain his speed while adding a bit more power, he could be a real problem at 140 pounds. Yordan, while tough and experienced, has slowed down in recent years. Kambosos' speed and volume could be the difference. I see this fight going the distance, with Kambosos winning a unanimous decision, but it won't be easy. Expect Yordan to have his moments, especially in the middle rounds when he starts to find his rhythm. Kambosos will likely start fast, using his speed to bank the early rounds. Yordan will come on strong in the middle of the fight, possibly even hurting Kambosos at some point. But I expect the Aussie to rally late, digging deep to secure the win in front of his home crowd. Whether you're a die-hard boxing fan or just a casual observer, this is the fight you don't want to miss. It's got all the elements of a classic, a former champion looking for redemption, a veteran spoiler looking for one last hurrah, and the electric atmosphere of a hometown crowd. Will Kambosos reclaim his spot among boxing's elite? Or will Yordan play the spoiler and derail this comeback train? We'll find out on March 22nd. One thing's for sure, it's going to be one hell of a night in Sydney. So mark your calendars and set your alarms. Get ready for a fight that could reshape the future of the super lightweight division. This is boxing at its best, folks. Don't you dare miss it. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for future content. And we'll see you again when the dust settles on the canvas.